All right, my friends, let's do this. It's time for episode 114 of my Sunday night Stay-at-Homebodies virtual open mic. I post an open mic set, usually 3 songs, tonight 4, here on YouTube at 8 o'clock Pacific time on Sunday nights, and then I repost that over on my Facebook timeline, also 8 o'clock Sunday nights. And then I list all the musical friends whose works I'm in the process of listening to over there on my Facebook thread. I'm working my way through their albums, discographies, YouTube channels, or whatever. And I also am searching around for any new stuff that they might have put out this week. And they also send me stuff sometimes of new stuff they've put out this week. So if you've got something new you want to share with me, as long as it's a free internet link, Bandcamp, SoundCloud, YouTube, Facebook, some kind of recording of you playing your music, post it below this video or post it over, even better, over there on Facebook, 8 o'clock Sunday nights. So let me get my pregame going here. I'm going to light a little Japanese incense and turn on some lights and, get turned on. And, we'll be ready in very shortly. Here. It's Bob. And we're going to continue with our going old school here. An actual joint. Remember those? Woo! Wait a minute. Don't go out. Don't go out. Oh, there we go. Don't go out. This match is giving me problems. Mm. Cheers to you, my friends. And a tiny, tiny nip of the Dylan whiskey. All right. Get the old guitar going. All right. Now I usually post songs on a certain theme because that helps me select my songs. And so tonight I'm going to do songs about understanding. And I've got 4. 2 of them are sort of about understanding, and 2 of them are sort of about misunderstanding. So they're all in the general category of understanding. And that everybody knows that song. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? I love that song too. One of my favorite songs. And it's so important in life, to have understanding between yourself and people you care about, whether you agree or not. And how do you know that someone has understood you? How do you know that they know what you're talking about? Well, one way is they can repeat it back to you in their own words, and you can get a sense of understanding there. But if you really want to have a deeper understanding, I think, for me anyway, laughter is a great way. If you and I are laughing in the same way about the same thing, or if I can make you laugh in a certain way, or if you can make me laugh in a certain way, then I know that we share, or at least I'm pretty sure we share a certain understanding, because laughter is an involuntary response to certain connections. And if we laugh at the same thing in the same way, then I can be pretty sure we have an understanding. Another way is if I can hear you sing, like if we talk about something and you tell me you agree, if I can hear you sing about those kind of things and feel it, then I know, because that too is something that's hard to fake. It's hard to fake genuine emotion and thought and understanding in a song. It can be done, of course, but I like to think that I'm pretty good at figuring out if somebody is trying to pull the wool over my eyes. I'm going to pull back just a tiny bit because I don't want my guitar so close to the bottom of the frame. Hang in there with me. Might make it a little hard to read, but there we go. All right, so this is a song I wrote for a friend of mine named Seth Richardson. He and I played a gig together every Tuesday night at a local wine bar, maybe 10 years ago. And we played there every Tuesday night and played for like 2, 3 hours. The two of us would just sit acoustically opposite each other in these kind of stool bars, wine bar stools. And he'd play a few songs, I'd play a few songs, he'd play a few, I'd play a few. And over time we started to develop little, guitar parts that we could play for each other's songs or a harmony or something. So we'd sometimes contribute back and forth. But since neither one of us were like lead guitar players, we were both kind of intuitive, self-taught, make sounds that match your feelings kind of guitar players. We weren't fancy, let's put it that way. But we did get to listen to each other's music. I mean, for a whole year, every time I wrote a new song, I brought it there. He did the same. We played old songs, we played favorites. So we really got a good listen to each other's music. And that is a nice way also to know that someone has understood you or knows where you're coming from when you can hear it in their music. So this is a song I wrote for Seth called You Know What I Mean. See it in my mind and I feel it in my heart. I find it in the world and something breaks apart. My voice and my fingers, they start to agree. But I've heard your songs and you know what I mean. You know what I mean, you know. I've got a gift and I've got a curse. It just gets better and it just gets worse. The best way I know to fight the machine. But I heard your songs and you know what I mean. You know what I mean, you know. You know. Got another job when it just made sense. But I never quit, I am always on the fence. I don't win or lose, I am always in between. But I've heard your songs and you know what I mean. You know what I mean, you know. Love and home and there's life on the road. There's singing for love and there's selling my soul. I do my best but I'm never quite clean. But I've heard your songs and you know what I mean. You know what I mean, you know. throw out my lines and I throw out my nets. I hope for the good ones, but I take what I get. Beauty is beauty, I'm just a go-between. But I've heard your songs and you know what I mean. You know what I mean, you know. My heart is too soft for this cruel world. I lean on myself and I lean on my girl. Money's not the only thing that's precious and green. But I've heard your songs and you know what I mean. You know what I mean, you know. You know what I mean, you know. You know what I mean, you know. Well, it was really fun to relearn that song. I hadn't played it in years. I wrote it in 2008. Oh my goodness, it was more than 10 years ago. Holy shit. Time flies, whether you're having fun or not. Yeah. So it was... I'm going to resort to the tuner this time. I don't know. These strings are getting a little bit old. I love old strings, but when they're old, they kind of, you know... They don't hold the tone quite as stickily. There we go. Now that you've left scars on me, yours are easier to see. These things really hurt and they don't go away. We might be even, maybe not, but now is all we've really got. So maybe we could put our knives away and listen to each other. Listen to the wind. Listen to the weather outside. outside and in, does it really matter whose turn it is to win? Let's listen to each other. Listen to the wind. When you see the worst in me and think that's all there is to see, these things really hurt and they don't go away. And I could do the same to you, but what good would that really do? Maybe we could find a better way. And listen to each other. Listen to the wind. Listen to the weather. Outside and in, you'll never really know me if you only want to win. Let's listen to each other. Listen to the wind. Let's listen to each other. Listen to the wind. Let's listen to each other. Listen to each other. Thank you if you have been listening so far. I like that one too. I play it every chance I get. All right. Now we come to the Misunderstanding songs. Now, little disclaimer here. I wrote this song 2007. I had a higher vocal range then. And this is one of those ones that goes from the bottom to the top. There's two high notes in this song that I'm about 50-50 on. Like half the time I try them, I get them. And there's three of them in the song, so 3 sets of 2. So let's see how many of the 6 high notes that are in this song that I can hit. Another favorite. See if I can do this. I'm a little allergied out lately because of all the grass pollen and stuff. We had a wet spring, so I'm going to try this. It's a hard one. Here we go. I'm too old to expect to feel good every day. Something's always giving out, something's always giving way. Youth, it is gone or it's just out of reach. I am where I belong. I'm down on my knees. Youth is still dancing like it did before. Used to be worth the trouble, but not anymore. Me and youth, we got a good misunderstanding. I don't see you, and you don't see me. We are through, but we're not free. What can I do? But just let it be. I don't see you, and you don't see me. I don't see you, and you don't see me. I used to think I could change my fate. I could find my heaven, I could force that gate. But the gate is strong. I'm only me, and I'm where I belong. I'm down on my knees. Heaven's still dancing like it did before. Used to be worth the trouble, but not anymore. Me and heaven got a good misunderstanding. Don't see don't see me. We are through, but we're not free. What can I do? But just let it be. I don't see you, and you don't see me. I don't see you. Don't see me. I woke up incomplete, like a half of a soul. If I found me a girl, she could make me a whole. But a girl's just a girl. I'm always me, and the world's still the world, and I'm down on my knees. Hey, these girls are still dancing like they did before. Used to be worth the trouble, but not anymore. Me and these girls got a good misunderstanding. Don't see you, but you don't see me. We are through, all right. A good misunderstanding. Okay. All these songs, by the way, are available at GeneBurnett.com. Everything but my very oldest and very newest work is free at GeneBurnett.com. Just go to musical recordings. You can figure it out. They're all free. There's a donation jar there. There's a donation jar here, a little digital tip link, but that's just for those of you who are crazy. The rest of you, please take as much music as you want. Share it with whoever you wish. I'm not in this for the money, obviously. The first thing I noticed was nothing, right where your love used to be. The next thing I noticed was something in your eyes that I didn't want to see. The first thing I did next was listen, to figure out where I went wrong. The more that you told me, the more that poor old me knew I was a fool all along. I thought you were happy, but I wasn't asking. I took you for granted instead of taking you dancing. I thought you were happy, at least happy enough, but you were not happy and you fell out of love. It's easy to blame you for hiding, not showing the things that you felt, but I wasn't exactly inviting the scared parts of your heart to melt. I mumbled some stupid excuses. I was so busy, you should have spoke up. But the more that I mumbled, the more that I crumbled, 'cause I knew I was all out of luck. I thought you were happy, but I wasn't asking. I took you for granted instead of taking you dancing. I thought you were happy, at least happy enough, but you were not happy and you fell out of love. Is it too late for building a bridge to your heart? Is it too late to find out who you really are? Is it too late for crying? Is it too late for trying to do what I should have done right from the start? I thought you were happy, but I wasn't asking. I took you for granted instead of taking you dancing. I thought you were happy, at least happy enough, but you were not happy, you fell out of love. All right, my friends, so there you have it. There was 2 songs about misunderstanding, and then 2 songs about understanding, sort of. So thanks for listening. I do this every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. I post a set here of a few songs, and usually on a theme, like I said, to help me select my tunes, because I got so many hundreds of them. And then I share it on Facebook, 8 o'clock Pacific time. And on Facebook, I list all the stuff I'm in the process of listening to, and any new stuff I found, and anything you've sent me, or anything that you post over there or here, I will listen to on Sunday nights. That's what I do on Sunday nights. I listen to my musical friends. I recommend it. I'm sure you've got some. They've got albums. They'd love it if you listen to them. So that's what I do. Anyway, thank you for listening if you have been. Take good care of yourself. Breathe deep. From the middle of your chest outwards, upwards and downwards, forwards and backwards, side to side, all directions. Oh, that's your inhale, and then let it all go. Got to breathe deep, man. Most people don't do it at all. I try to do it at least a dozen times a day. Nice big deep breath. So if you do that, when the other side is this side, we'll both be on it. All right, take it easy.